What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with another Moderna update video, ticker symbol MRNA, where we take a look at how Moderna stock's been doing, how it's been trading, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at, recent pieces of news that came out around the company, and based on that, what we think it's going to do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record. We will get right into it. So not a great trading day for Moderna. We are down $15 on the day, about 8.8%, and I cover a lot of different stocks. I cover Tesla, NEO, Apple on a daily basis, and a red day across all of them. Actually, in three of those, right, Tesla, NEO, and Moderna, 8% seems to be the crazy red number that we're seeing, which is a pretty bad fall, especially in one day. So let's take a look at, some news that came out. So first things first, not necessarily Moderna specific, but kind of the whole COVID situation specific. The US has administered now 59.6 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccines, which is great as we try to figure out how to get past this COVID pandemic. The other news that came out is that Johnson & Johnson is getting their vaccine reviewed this upcoming Thursday, I believe. And that could be a potential reason why Moderna is also seeing a little bit of a hit, because once that comes out, if you guys remember, right, there is still, I think, 100 or 200 million more doses that the US can order. But if the Johnson & Johnson one comes out, it's cheaper, it's one dose, which means, logistically it's easier to do. And if it's cheaper, why not do that? So I think that's one of the reasons why, maybe if that gets approved and that starts coming into the market and Johnson & Johnson can actually deliver, which currently they don't have a big supply right now, right? If they can deliver, then we could see, potential orders that could have gone to Moderna or Pfizer go towards Johnson & Johnson, just because it's, an easier vaccine. Now, granted, the efficacy of it, right, is a little bit lower. I think it's in the high 60s, low 70s, if I remember correctly. But, we'll see. We'll see how that goes this Thursday. I don't think that they're not going to approve it, right? I think it's going to get approved. It's just a matter of, time. And the other thing that came out that I think is actually good news for the Moderna stock is that they are talking about, potentially, vaccines for the new variants, right? The FDA said that they're not going to need lengthy trials, which is great, because a lot of the time that is spent on the waiting might not need to be actually spent. And so maybe we can go from testing to production faster, and therefore A, fight COVID better, and B, hopefully lead to more revenue for Moderna, because that's the ultimate question that a lot of investors have had. Hey, what happens after the coronavirus pandemic, right? That's what you guys are selling right now. We're selling the COVID vaccine. What happens as soon as COVID is over? Are we going to go back to a company that doesn't even have $1 billion in revenue? They're expected to do 12 or 11 to 13 this year. What is the game plan? And so I think it's really important for Moderna, and they're developing a couple other vaccines too that we've talked about in previous videos, but yeah, so that's what I wanted to really quickly cover. Now let's get into the stock price. Let's take a look at the daily action for today. We'll talk about the overall message after. So Friday was a great day. We pushed up, came right back down, closed in the 170s. And today, what we saw was a break towards our 172 level, and then quickly falling right down below our 164 level. As we saw, though, as soon as we fell below it, we were really trying to come back up here, trying to come above it, took a break, come back here. Here we broke above it briefly, got rejected by VWAP, hung out, and then came right back down, took a little breather at this next level, and then kind of sold off into the close. So a lot of selling off happening today. If we take a look at major indexes, right, the NASDAQ was gapped down and sideways to down. Dow 2.5%. Dow Jones was slightly positive, led by Disney. If any of you guys own that, you were a happy camper today. Disney was doing really well. The Dow Jones was up 0.09% again, and then the S&P was down 0.77%. So on a day like that, Moderna was down about 8%. So let's take a look at what's going on. So I've covered Moderna since, you know, pretty much the end of this fall. We were falling, got the reversal, and man, did it go on an absolute run. Went from the low 100s, hitting a point of $190 in a matter of a couple weeks, right? A little bit more than a month. And since then, we've seen a little bit of a selling off, right? So where do we go from here? That includes a failed cup and handle pattern, unless this whole thing is the cup and we're making the handle right now. That could totally be the case as well. So the reason I thought this was the handle is because we went up, came back down, and started to push up, making me think that that was the handle. But maybe, if I get rid of these lines, actually I'm not gonna get rid of them now, but maybe this whole thing is the cup, and then we go down and maybe we start coming up and then we break out. Not saying that that's gonna happen, just suggesting it in case it starts to turn around, curve back up, and we get to this level. That's when we start looking for a breakout. Don't know if that's gonna happen, just throwing it out there. On the EMA level, right, I think we're at a very, very interesting stage right now. One thing I wanna point out, look, on the ride up, obviously, right, what we were doing is we were going up, coming back to this first line. Let me get rid of the drawings for just a second because it's too much to look at, right? You see it coming down, bouncing off of this top line, going down, bouncing. Recently, we broke below that EMA, but we were still hanging out around it. With today's fall, however, we are now below the 21 EMA and making our way towards the 34 EMA. What does this mean? Well, for me, as someone who likes looking at these exponential moving average lines, that means that we need to either make a push towards and come above the 165 level, which we're at 160.75. We've gone up $1.38 in the after hours already, so we're only about $5 away from that. Totally doable for Moderna within a day. And then in the future, we can use that as our line of support. So if we can get to 165, we can hopefully use that as our line of support. If we don't though, then I think we fall to this 34 EMA, which is in the 156s, which is again a $4 fall. So that's what I'm looking at going into tomorrow. Let me get the drawings back and I can point out more levels of support and resistance. And we'll kind of see, but the EMAs are the main thing, right? So from a level of resistance, what we have coming up is this 160.50s, which it looks like we're above already. The next level would be the 164.15 level. And then we've got the 21 EMA 165s, and then that sets us up for a run towards 172 if we can clear today's high of 170. So let me just say that one more time. 160.56 is our first level, 164.15 is our next level. Then is our two EMAs in the 21 EMA 165, 8 EMA 171, and then the 172 level. On the downside, what we're watching is, again, depending on whether we open above or below the 160 level, it could be a support or resistance. But the key here is that 34 EMA 156s, and then we've got a support level at 153. If we keep dropping, we've got this other level down here in the 145 and a 55 EMA in the 144. Now, again, I'm gonna get rid of the drawings for just a second, and the takeaway of the video is in the next couple of days, we either need to hit up against this 21 EMA, right? Like we were hitting up against the 8 EMA. Maybe we get rejected, maybe we don't. If we get rejected, that's not good news, but at least we're hanging out around it. We need to get above it. We need to get above this 165 level. If we don't, we've got run room down to the 34 EMA in the 156s, where if we go down, hopefully see a bounce. That's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop that like down below. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. Hopefully you guys had a great start to your trading week. I was a decently red for the day. A lot of stocks that I own and watch. We're not doing so hot today. That's okay, it's all a part of the game, right? So that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to drop that like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.